Hola, buenos días. Soy Nico.
Pack your things and leave. There's the door. There's the door, bitch!
Nico, there's a lot going on right here. First and foremost, you're probably wondering why you so juicy, why you so like dewy. I just got done doing my morning skincare routine. I've been through a lot yesterday. I was recording for like 4 to 5 hours, and then we had like a group dinner thing. So, it was a process. But something you probably also noticed, my twists are gone. Nico, I was in the shower. I overestimated the durability of my twist because I'm used to braids. So the shower water hit it, and usually when you get like the fake hair wet in the protective style, it falls more naturally. It popped two of my twists out my head. And as I just told you, I had to be on camera in the next day. So I'm just sitting here like, some guy get done. Some guy get done and he got done. I had to clip it out. I'm gonna get more twists again because I actually really like the style, especially after I thin them out. But point is that's what happened to the twists. I'm gonna get them redone. Do not worry. So let's get started on the actual conversation. So today, but before we get started, if you like this kind of content, make sure to follow me at patreon.com/Nicosaesthetics. More exclusive lives, weekly videos, be a part of the podcast, which is recording. I have not had time to edit. As I just told you, I had a 5 to 6 hour recording day, and we're here. So basically, we're here to talk about another public play situation gone wrong, where a popular Twitter user basically posted a screenshot of the video, and this person is desecrating someone's grave. Nico, there's not like a good way to say it. This person is performing super happy adult fun time, one person party, on somebody's grave. Not even somebody they knew. I mean, I don't think that would necessarily make it better if you did that on, like, let's say a family member's grave or like somebody you used to mess around with. Either way, he was desecrating their grave. And then he got mad that the Twitter user made a post about it. And like the Twitter user said, you're mad that I took a screenshot of the OnlyFans video, but you're not mad that you committed a crime and desecrated somebody's grave. And that's the thing, as a content creator, when I see that things have leaked, when I see things, getting leaked around the internet, it happens quite often. Just as I'm sure I've already told you, I've heard people countless times say, I'm not going to pay for adult cinematography. I refuse to pay for adult cinematography. I'm just going to look for it if it leaks. Because people want content, but they don't want to fund the content. So when the content stops coming out, people get upset. So I do understand the knee-jerk reaction of this was meant for my cultivated fan base. I don't appreciate that you took my content off of my OnlyFans and you put it onto Twitter for me to get dragged. But at the end of the day, you're desecrating someone's grave. Like, even in the connotation of like public play, where I'm usually not for it, if it's public play in the sense that you're out in the woods, you're out somewhere distant from civilization, you're not near a busy street, that's where I'm more lenient with public play, because at that point I'm like, girl, it's an empty space, do what you want, enjoy yourself, you're not bothering nobody. My thing is when y'all take it to a very public place where there are people walking around, where there are kids walking around. I've had situations like that pop up and I've addressed it on this channel. But in this situation, there may not have been anyone around, but that is someone's final resting place. And I'm just trying to get it through my mind how somebody could pass a graveyard and said, this is where I want to make content. Because it's not like the content was imaginative. It's not like the content was innovative. He was just desecrating somebody's grave for the hell of it. So I'm at a loss for words about the newer generation of content creators, because they're desperately trying to stand out so that they can get views, so that they can get funds, because in an oversaturated market, like I've always said, if you do not have a built-in fan base, it's really not worth starting OnlyFans, because you really have to grind from the bottom up. And that's always been my standpoint. So that's why I approached it later in life because after I began to see what performing was like, after I began to see how down to earth and chill performers are compared to people that like to judge them, I'm like, why not? Why not at least try it? Especially because I've been on Instagram. I'm an Instagram model, a popular one for the most part. Um, I've been on Instagram for years and people have been begging for it. I've been on Twitter for years. I'm a popular Twitter performer. What do you even call that? Tweeter? I'm a popular Twitter username. My pictures have always gone viral and people have been asking me for OnlyFans. So at that point, I have the built-in audience. People want the content. Why not? I already have sex. Because on Patreon, I openly discuss about my sexual escapades. So that's why I'm already very open with my sexuality. It's just I'm not putting it on camera. So now that I'm putting it on camera in a more quality way, I don't really have an issue with it. At first I was like, oh, people are going to judge me, but they've already judged me. Like, even when I was just doing YouTube commentary, for example, when I was just an Instagram model, people have always judged me, even if I wasn't showing my privates or even if I wasn't performing Super Happy Adult Fun Time. So at the end of the day, bitch is going to judge you regardless. You just got to do what's good for you. But in this connotation, I can't even say, oh, it was in a secluded area because it's still involving a person, alive or not. So it's not cool in my opinion. But definitely drop your opinions down below. How do you feel about the situation? How do you feel about content creators being upset that their content is essentially leaked? But in this situation, it was necessary because they were desecrating someone's grave. And there's no other way to describe it. I'm sure people are like, yeah. Performing Super Happy Adult Fun Time on the deceased final resting place is not cool in my opinion, even if it is in a secluded area, just because it does involve a person. Alive or not, past or future, this is a human being, and I don't think that's cool. But definitely drop your opinions down below. Do you believe he didn't hurt nobody? The person's already gone out of this world, so it just... I would like to hear your explanation for that, because I know some people are just like contrarians and they like to say the opposite, but I want to hear y'all's opinions in detail because this one, it threw me for a loop. But yeah. Boom. And now for a brief yet sincere shout out to this week's Third Eye Tier subscribers, Tyler and Stefan IB. You have 2 last names and I don't want to give out your personal information, but your continued support is greatly appreciated. Thank you again. And this week's live stream conversation is going to be over the dark side of the industry, behind the scenes information and what all really goes down. If that sounds interesting to you, definitely make sure to tune in.